One day we're sitting on, there was kind of like a hill, a big hill, and we were on the parked off the road, and then the other side, the hill or mountain or whatever you want to call it, was artillery, American artillery. And the American artillery was really raising heck with the German infantry. So the Germans were bringing their planes or their little fighter bombers. They go all the way out and try to drop bombs on them, and then they pull up over the hill, and we're on the hill waiting. So they're not after us, they're after artillery. But that made it fun for us, and like shooting ducks with a bear. They're not, so we're shooting. My turn. Put more, another belt, clean the barrel, now my turn. So every time the plane come up, and we had talk about going to arcade and shooting. We had our fun that day. I don't think we ever shot one down, but we tell when you kind of hit them sometimes. Tricia bullets, we kind of spark, but keep on going.
Yeah. Is that you?
That's me on top, yeah. That's my half track, that's my crew.
You look pretty cool. You look cool.
Yeah, and machine gun, you can tell the big 50 caliber is up in front. That's what we did for the other little 50 caliber machine gun on, I think, either side. One on that side, that's on both sides, machine gun. And this is my crew. And I have a little handkerchief, which somewhere here today. Yeah, we along the road found a parachute, so we yeah, that's a parachute, made out of a parachute. So we cut it all into little scars, and we all had, you can see my scar with some of the different types of scars. That's how we would recognize each other. You know, we belong to Second Scout, we got a little scar. So we had that kind of.
How cute.
So that's what the half track looks like. And wherever that half track, wherever you're assigned to a tank, wherever that tank goes, I was, you know, to bring my squad. Like if we were going down the road, then we hit a town, the tanks were going to go, so I would stop, the troops would get out, and then the troops, the soldiers, and the tank would kind of like fight to protect each other, you know. So if there was a German soldiers with bazookas, the infantrymen would walk out front and take care of them. If there was a machine gun necessary way up in the church steeple, they'd call the tank up and so they kind of worked together as they moved through town. And then after it all cleared, I was half track rider, go through, pick up the crew and go to the next town. Not fun, I don't know. Weren't you there? You were in the war and all that.
If I was in the war, I would be in the same age as you.
You would?
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah. No, I would say is it bad, good, or different? I would never think anything from my experience. It was a great experience, you know, but I don't want to do it again.
So basically, you would describe your war experience with just like as being like exciting or good, or like how would you describe your war experience?
How would you describe your work
I would,
experience?
it was, I think it made me grow up fast. It made me realize what life was about. You know, what value life has. Over there, life had no value over there, you know. When we met the Russians, they wanted all of our SS. There's a difference between Wehrmacht, which and S was the elite, Hitler's elite crew, the SS.
They know what the SS is, don't you?
Huh?
They know what that is.
Yeah, that was us, and the Russians would, you got any SS? Yeah, they got, and they would take the SS and they would turn them over to the local citizens in town, and that evening they would make a big spectacle. Maybe they might have 3 or 4 SS guys. The whole city would turn out, and they would march these poor soldiers up and down, and the citizens are beating them, and, you know, hitting them with 2 or 4, they're probably half dead. Then they finally walk them up to a big tree, and a little squad goes up and you fall right down. Next one goes up, no place to pay, drag them all away, you know, and then stand there. So this is kind of like, so that's what you finally value what we don't do here, you know. That with, you know, just kill just for the fun or the sake of killing. Not that some GIs got a little carried away and enjoyed it. But I still felt, you know, prisoners. I remember we finally had to take a whole bunch of prisoners, the Russians turned over, and then we turned them over to the Russians, I should say. Okay, they wound up with one in the field. He had escaped and was hiding in the grass. So somebody said, go get the guy. So we brought him over. And the Russians were already gone. And the guy said, what, Lieutenant, what do we do? What do you do? Oh, you know what to do. Take him out there in the middle of the field. Who wants to do that? Nobody but this. I'll do it because he kind of enjoyed this crap. Yeah. So, and what he did was sad. He would just do his pistol and he would just, no bullet. The poor German was, oh, thank God. I just showed the wall. I was just going home to see my wife and my kids. I was begging for his life. So, did this several times, you know. Just made him suffer, but finally he went, and he fell down and he just emptied his gun. So that's American GI. We'll do that, which is bad too, you know. So, it's when you go to war, people sometimes lose their, I don't know, sense of value, you know. Sad. Am I telling too gory stories here?
No.
No, we're enjoying it, we're enjoying it.
I didn't tell you too gory here.
Anyone else?
That's
The Nazi armband.
one man.
Yeah.
Where do I get that? Yeah, we went into, we go into a town, like I said, we used to go to town and clean out the Germans. And the GIs would find whatever they could find, go to the camera shop, they would look, we're looking for Leicas, if you know what a Leica camera was. At that time, German, the Leica was a camera that everybody wanted. They go through a camera shop, shelves on it, they look, throw in the floor. Oh, that's not a Leica, throw in the floor. Walk until they find the Leica, and they had a little, the gas mask, they would take the gas mask out and use that as a book bag, to keep the souvenirs in. So, we eventually went to a Nazi headquarters, the office, you know, but they had taken up a beautiful office. So they had left a lot of stuff, so we all got it on that kind of souvenir. That's how I came by with that. So anyhow, that's some of my souvenirs. I had quite a few souvenirs, another sad story. I had quite a few souvenirs. Duffel bag, which, you know, the soldier had this big bag. I had several pistols. I had lots of camera, and we were in outside of Paris in a camp waiting for the ship to come home, to go home. We were supposed to be home for Christmas. So December 1st or 2nd, everybody's, oh, we're going to be home for Christmas. The music playing all over again, everybody going home for Christmas. And guess what this guy does? I get appendicitis. And my buddy said, oh, you're sick, I won't call, no, I don't want to go. You're sick, no. So finally, I was so sick, I was afraid I was going to die, and then I was afraid I wasn't going to die. So finally, medics come in and say, oh, we got to rush to the hospital, and I had appendicitis. So my bag, my duffel bag, they took it, you know, stored some, and the guys or whoever took it and put it in storage, cleaned a lot of my souvenirs out, so that's a lot of my souvenirs. So I was in the hospital for a couple of months. I had really burst my appendicitis. So I was quite sick. They gave me up to send me home. So that's how I got some of my stuff, or lost some of my stuff, I should say. What else do you see? You guys didn't see that kind of stuff, huh?
Yeah, we'll send it around to your wife and talk about this little better.
That's a bronze star that I got over there in combat. It's about this, and that's about that, and with a combat infantry badge, and a presidential citation, sharpshooting medals, you know, all kinds of little things they give you to make you feel good, I guess. So that's what I have. Pictures I have, I don't have much, like I said. Wish I had more for you, show more for you guys.
Yeah, we'll send some of these around, but got a few more questions. Time for a few more questions.
I hear you guys are quite interested in World War II studies. Jeffy told me you guys are really, really interested, really enjoy it, so that's good. You know, that's good you enjoy it.
Yeah.
But do you ever want to go in the Army?
I'm sure everyone knows what dog tags are. Do you know what dog tags are and why you have them? Someone can explain, because those are my Dad's dog tags up there. And you have two of them. Dad, explain what you do with those dog tags.
What's a dog tag? You guys know what a dog, you've heard of it.
Yeah.
You put it around your neck on a little chain, every soldier has one. And it has two of them. So when you're killed, one of them has a little notch in it, so when you're killed, they take one off, put it in your teeth and drive it in there. And the other one they take, well, that's for identification. That's when you go back to where you're piled up in a pile, okay, this guy, they find your dog tag rather than the one around your neck, you know, it's usually jerked off, you know. So that's why one stays with the body, the other one stays with the quartermaster corps or whoever takes care of the body, burial detail, I guess, you know. I don't think they sent many home like today, we see them coming home, then those days they're just buried, you know, in the cemetery, big cemeteries over there in France.
With all the American soldiers.
All American soldiers.
Yeah, they don't bring them home they didn't bring them home to bury them like they do now.
Big cemetery for American
Yeah.
soldiers. I don't know the statistic, but how many were killed? I should have had all this, but how many American soldiers got killed? Quite a few.
Let's Google it.
I'll make sure it's on. I want to hear at least 2-3 more questions from folks to start thinking of them. And Dave, you can ask yours. Dave, Dave's next.
I was never in World War II. Actually, I was born in 1944, and that was right during World War II. But I've had the opportunity and the pleasure of hearing a lot of these stories from my father-in-law and my mother-in-law, and you've heard his side and some of the things that happened to him during the war. And as I was looking at the screen, I was seeing war experience, artifacts, and heard you talking about artifacts. And I'm not sure if Mr. Manassero covered this with you or not, but you have a lot of World War II artifacts very close to you here in the Bay Area. As a matter of fact, over you have the naval fleet, the mothball naval fleet. I'm sure many of you have seen that as you cross over the bridge, as you go through Benicia.